He argued with everyone, his wife, his neighbors, even strangers. But one silent day with a monk changed his life forever. This is the story of how Rohan discovered the true power of silence. In a small town nestled between forested hills and quiet streams, there lived a man named Rohan. He was known for one thing: his loud mouth. Rohan spoke too much, whether at work, at home, or in the market. He always had something to say. He interrupted conversations, argued with neighbors, and often said things he later regretted. He believed winning arguments made him strong, and silence was a weakness. One morning, after yet another heated quarrel with his wife over a minor issue, Rohan stormed out of the house. As he walked aimlessly through the woods, trying to calm his anger, he stumbled upon a small Buddhist monastery nestled in the trees. Curious and tired, he sat near the entrance. It was peaceful, strangely peaceful. Inside the courtyard, a monk sat on a stone bench, eyes closed, unmoving. His calm presence felt like a breeze that quieted even Rohan's thoughts. After some time, the monk opened his eyes and looked at Rohan with a warm smile. "You seem troubled," the monk said softly. Rohan sighed and replied, "I have a short temper and too much to say. People don't understand me. They argue, they complain. I just can't stay silent." The monk nodded, then said something unexpected. "Then stay here for one day. Say nothing. Speak no words until the sun sets. Simply observe." Rohan frowned. "That's it? Just stay silent? Just don't speak?" The monk smiled again. "Not as easy as it sounds." Rohan agreed to do what the monk said. It seemed simple enough. But by mid-morning, frustration started boiling inside him. He wanted to comment on the tea he was served. He wanted to ask the monk about the chanting in the distance. When he saw a boy accidentally spill water, he nearly shouted before stopping himself. His thoughts screamed louder with every hour. By afternoon, he sat by the garden. A bird chirped in the silence. The leaves rustled in the breeze. Children from the village giggled nearby. For the first time, Rohan noticed how alive the world was without his voice filling it. And then something shifted inside him. He saw a young monk drop a basket of apples. Instead of rushing to correct him with a dozen instructions, Rohan quietly bent down and helped him pick them up without saying a single word. The boy smiled. There was no awkwardness, no need for words. Later, he watched the same boy kneel before the old monk and say, "That man, he is kind." As the sun dipped below the hills, the monk joined Rohan by the garden. "Well," said the monk, "what did silence teach you?" Rohan took a long breath before speaking for the first time that day. "I never realized how much noise I create. My words were filling every space, leaving no room for others or for peace. Today I listened to the wind. I saw people's expressions. I understood without interrupting. It was like silence gave me ears I never had." The monk nodded. "Words can be swords, Rohan, sharp and dangerous. But silence is a mirror. It shows you what you truly are. Most people talk to avoid facing that reflection." Rohan looked up, eyes softer than ever. I thought speaking made me strong, but now I see it is silence that holds the true power. Rohan returned home that night. He didn't storm in, nor did he raise his voice. He hugged his wife and simply said, "I'm sorry." That was all. He began practicing daily silence, listening more, speaking less. And when he did speak, his words were calm, thoughtful, and kind. Over time, people noticed. The man who once spoke too much had become someone people came to for quiet advice. Not because he had many words, but because he had learned when to stay silent. Friends, this story teaches us a profound lesson. We often believe that speaking more makes us smarter or stronger. But this story teaches us that silence is sometimes more powerful than words. Words are powerful, yes, but silence is wiser. It listens, it understands, it doesn't react, it reflects. In a world full of noise, silence is not weakness. It is the deepest form of strength. Rohan used to talk a lot, argue, interrupt, and speak without thinking. But when he spent just one day in silence, he realized the importance of silence. Friends, here are key takeaways from this story. In silence, we don't lose our voice. We discover our true strength. Silence teaches us to listen. It helps us to understand others, control our emotions, and respond, not react. Words can hurt or heal, but silence creates space for peace, clarity, and reflection. The power of silence is not in doing nothing, but in choosing wisely when to speak. So, friends, in a world full of noise, silence is a rare strength. If this story touched you, take a moment to reflect and just listen. Like, share, and subscribe for more powerful life lessons. Because sometimes saying nothing says everything. Let's learn and grow together. Until next time, stay calm, stay kind, and keep growing with every story.